Hello Paetzold newbies, welcome to your beginner's guide to starting with these wonderful square bass recorders. I'm Sarah, I'm a recorder player and I've been playing these instruments for about 16 years now. Here's your guide to getting them set up, getting your fingers working and some technique tips. Let's go. If you're new to Paetzolds, these square bass recorders are beloved by composers and recorder orchestras alike. Their design is based on organ pipes, but they also have these percussive qualities that make them great for contemporary music. This is the contrabass size, the most popular one, but they come way smaller, the tenor that I reviewed on my channel, down to this monster of a 4.8 meter long sub-contra something. They've been around since the early 70s. Here I am playing an original 70s one, and now they're made by the Keurenplein company, who have been doing loads of innovations. Finally, this video isn't sponsored. I just think the recorder world needs it. Yes, I'm back in the famous hallway again because I need a space where I can show you the entirety of this instrument. First up, how do we put them together? I lay my case down flat on a solid ground to open. Your Paetzold is in the case in two parts. You're going to want to take the bottom part out and stand it up. Then grab the top part. Be warned, this is heavier and you're going to lift it up onto the bottom part and slot them in. Before you do so, make sure it's the right way around. You can check this by making sure the keys on the front are all in line. Now we tighten the screws, connecting the two sections of the body and also at the head joint. And don't tighten them too tight or it won't sound good. If you have an old model, you might have to push down on the top to make sure the joints are sealed. Now let's put together the mouthpiece. We start with the body, add the stopper, that's where you empty your spit, and add the embouchure. Now it's ready to play with and we can attach the remaining open part onto the head joint of the Paetzold. And this mouthpiece is adjustable for if you're sitting, standing, tall or short. What am I forgetting? The plug. That's another place you can empty condensation. Before I play it, let me show you how I put my Paetzold stand together. This is the stand that I have. It's two pieces of wood. I just line up these two little grooves and that's it. Now I do have to tell you how to pick it up. We support both the bottom and the top section of the body. This is so that the sections don't shift and cause a leak. I'm holding it by the body of the instrument, not pressing the keys in as I don't want to damage them. And finally, to slot it into my stand, I just slot it in there and it's in. Woohoo! If you need to lay them on the floor for whatever reason, I'm doing this very carefully here. There's no one else walking over here. I'm just going to put it down slightly diagonally so that none of the keys are pressing on the floor. But ideally, I want to use a stand. I prefer to sit with my Paetzold. You can sit with it next to you like this, or between your legs. And for me, it depends on the rest of my setup. Sometimes if I'm playing in a theatre with lots of things, I like to just kind of put the Paetzold to the side and I can visit it when I need to. And if I'm playing a whole piece on the instrument, I have it here. And remember, the mouthpiece can go up or down depending on your height and the height of your chair. Where to put your fingers? You need to look for the black circles on the front of the instrument. And that's where your fingers go. 1, 2, 3 for the left hand. 1, 2, 3 for the right hand. Yes, there are more keys. We're getting to those. On the back of the instrument, you have this long key here with a black circle. That is for your thumb. So we're just going to start there. When playing the notes of the lower register, you just press your thumb onto that black circle. That has the effect of closing the key as normal. Now to half hole and go up the octave, we have this extra key to the right of it. If you push that closed, it actually opens a smaller hole at the top. So I put the lower joint of my thumb onto the first key and use the upper joint to open the second half of the key, if that makes sense. To play this, it takes a bit of getting used to, but as soon as you know how, going to come really quickly. We do have some extra keys down at the bottom of the instrument for your right little finger. We have 3 keys. First up here, you have a double key. The one closest to you is the low F, and the one a little bit further down is the F sharp. You can move your finger between the two. And then if we look up here a bit higher, we have the A flat or G sharp key. To play this, you play an A, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you stretch your fourth finger over, or your little finger if you want, and press that down. There are 3 fingerings that are different to your regular Baroque recorders. These are the E flat with thumb 1, 3, the C sharp or D flat with thumb 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, and the B flat with thumb 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. No little finger. The rest are the same as your Baroque recorder once you've taken into account the keys. Octave range. Let's talk about blowing, because this thing takes a lot of air. The first thing you're going to have to do is really get used to its stamina. It's like a sport. Do a little bit every day, just playing some tunes and long notes. You're really going to need that time to get used to it. You could take just a simple tune that you know and that you can sing and play it a few times on the Paetzold.
So you can hear how often I'm having to breathe. It's a lot more than with the smaller recorder. And if you watch my belly, I'm really breathing down into my belly and filling it up with air.
Let me come a bit closer. I noticed that the way I'm blowing is very, very different to a Baroque alto. I'm having to give quite a lot of slow air. So I'm imagining blowing warm air on my hand, giving a lot of that. That has to fill the instrument. That's different from your Baroque. And you will notice that you're breathing much more often than you're used to. Don't worry, that's normal too. Little bit every day, because in the beginning you can get quite dizzy. Here's a tip for you. Really use the mouthpiece. We're blowing in here, but instead of just putting your mouth around it, you could try blocking off part of the wind wave with your top lip. This gives you a smaller hole to blow into, and that little bit of extra resistance can really help with that feeling of blowing. And there's something really special about these Paetzold basses that I haven't demonstrated for you yet, the amazing articulation that you can make with tonguing. Let me demonstrate one-on-one. Who, do, to, su, ku, dugga dugga doo, ticka ticka too, ticka 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 da. So you can choose how much articulation you use. You can make it sound very smooth and organ-like. Add a bit more tonguing. Or loads. And finally, before we pack it away, I'm going to show you how to do my 3 favourite special effects on this instrument. The waves of... And if you combine that with covering the window with your hand, then we reach those high harmonics. The pew 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 bird calls. Gonna blow like this. And at the moment we do we're closing our hand over this window. And the softest, most beautiful sound you will ever hear.
I'm going to place my fingers on the labium here and blow very softly. That's my favourite.
Time to show you how I pack it away.
You can get hard cases, but I much prefer the backpack because I can take it on my bike. I can even get one on the front and one on the back.
The first thing I'm going to do is lay my case out ready. Then I'm going to remove the plug so the inside of the recorder can dry. Take apart my mouthpiece and make sure each individual part is nice and dry and clean before I store it away in my little bag. Then I undo the screws holding the two halves of the body together and lift the top part off. Then I'm going to put it down into my case. You can see I'm lying it down face up with the top of the head joint pointing to the right. This is how you want to have it in your case. Don't forget, loosen the screws on the head joint as well. They don't want to be tight all the time. Now we lay the bottom joint of the recorder into the case. The keys are facing inwards so that they can be protected, and the top part of that joint is facing to the right. I store the bag with my mouthpiece and plug inside the case with the recorder, and in the top zip part I put the two halves of my recorder stand. Then I zip it all up and I'm ready to go home. I did also film this whole section from another angle with another Paetzold, but I thought you couldn't see it well enough because that Paetzold is spray painted black and it kind of blends in with the case, and then I sat on the floor and played for a while. This is a bit chaotic.
This was my beginner's guide to Paetzold recorders. If you've got questions, leave them in the comments below. And if you want to get your hands on your own instrument, I put together a page of all the different models of this recorder that you can look at in the description below. As always, you can subscribe to my channel by clicking on my face down here in the corner. Over here's the Team Recorder Patreon if you want to support the channel. And soon we've got a book club starting up. Here's some more videos. Thanks for watching and have a great day.